exercise is the core stability ball sit. So all you have to do for this exercise is find an appropriate ball and just sit back safely on it. And you want to have a nice base of support with your feet about hip distance apart. And then you want your knees to be at a 90-degree angle and straight back with a neutral hip position. And you're just sitting and stabilizing while you're on the ball itself. To progress a stability ball sit, we're going to move on and add a pelvic tilt. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with a neutral hip position and a straight back, and you're going to swing your hips back so your back is also arched, and then you're going to put your hips back in the neutral position. So back and then forward. And when you add in your breathing component, you're going to inhale and then exhale. So one more time. To progress the tabletop with arm slide, this time we're going to raise our arm up. We're going to get in that same position. So remember, 90 degrees, knees underneath the hips, hands underneath those shoulders. This time, as you slide your hand forward, you're going to breathe out as you bring your arm up. The best way to not end up arching or bending your back is just to find a point on the floor and focus on it. So we'll start in that beginning, we'll slide out, breathe out, come down, and switch arms. And that's a progressed tabletop. The next exercise we're going to do is a tabletop with arm slide. What you're going to need is a stability ball that is accurate for your height. You're going to come out and roll over the top. You really want to make sure that your knees are underneath those hips and your hands are underneath those shoulders. You're going to keep a nice stable core. You don't want to bend up or arch your back. Just nice table. You're going to slide one arm out, holding that tabletop position, and slide it back in. You're going to do this a couple more times, alternating arms. And that's a tabletop with arms. The next exercise we're going to do is a tabletop position with leg lift. We're working that core and lower back. You're going to come over the ball to form a tabletop position. So make sure those knees are underneath those hips, those arms are underneath those shoulders. You're going to find a point on the mat to look at the whole time to maintain that neutral spine. As you lift up your back leg, you can start slow, but you really want to make sure that you don't tilt or rotate. And as you lift up that leg, breathe out. So we'll lift it up. And you can alternate legs. To advance the tabletop with leg extension, we're going to move into a bird dog. We start in the same position. We get to that tabletop, knees under hips, hands under shoulders. This time, we will lift our leg and an opposite arm at the same time. With this exercise, you really want to focus on holding that core, no arching the back, and you don't want to weeble wobble back and forth between your hips. So let's start here. Find that point on the mat and slowly lift, breathe out. Hold and bring it back down. Let's try that again. And that's a bird dog.
The next exercise is the plank with the stability ball. During this exercise, you're going to want to make sure that we are engaging the core and also maintaining that neutral spine angle. So to do this exercise, we are going to roll out and walk out on our hands until about the ball is in the middle of your lower legs near your shin, making sure that both hands are underneath your shoulders. And we're going to be holding that position for a count of 5 seconds, making sure that we are contracting our core, maintaining that spine angle. Now, in order to progress this exercise, we are going to add a component of performing a crunch. So to do this, we are going to bring the knees towards the chest, rolling the ball up onto our toes. Forward, back, forward, back. Don't forget to breathe. In order to progress the plank with a stability ball, we are going to be adding a crunch. So you're going to get in the same position, maintaining that contracted core and also the neutral spine angle. So we're going to be rolling out, walking out, making sure that our hands are again underneath our shoulders. Make sure the ball is near our feet, and bringing your knees towards your chest. Making sure that we extend all the way out. Keep that posture. Roll back in. And again. Making sure that we are breathing. That's the plank.
Next, we're going to do the dolphin, and that targets trunk stability, which includes your core and your low back. So you have to find a ball, and what you're going to do is you're going to lean over the ball and put your hands out in front of you. And what you want to do is you want to make a triangle with your fingers, and that's where your head is going to go. So you're going to reach your hands out in front of you, put your head down on the ground, and you're going to try to keep a neutral spine position. So that means that your back is straight, and you try not to arch any other part of your back. You're going to lift your feet up and then hold it and maintain the neutral back position. To progress from the dolphin, we're going to do the same thing but add a leg lift in it as well. So you want the same triangle with your fingers, your arms out, and the neutral back position. So you're going to go forward and maintain the dolphin. And then lift one leg higher than the other and hold that position. And then the other leg.